Right, welcome guys. Mission Impossible The Final Reckoning has got their first reviews as well as the Rotten Tomatoes score, so I thought we'd take a look at it. It's always interesting, especially for a film franchise which is allegedly going to now end. I doubt it. I think it will end, of course, you know, with the incarnation of Tom Cruise within it. Absolutely. You know, what a legend, regardless of what you think of his personal life and things like that, which is a bit weird. He's a great actor. He does absolutely incredible stuff with Mission Impossible. And yeah, he is a bit of a legend, obviously. So it'll be interesting to see. But I don't think they're going to... I mean, Mission Impossible, are they going to let it die? Come on. Such a huge franchise. Really? I don't know. I'm kind of doubtful. You know, this is Hollywood we're talking about, remember, ladies and gents. They don't let anything die. It is rehash city. But anyway, they do have... Okay, the first reviews are out. These are full reviews, right? These aren't just online reactions, which I normally do. I normally cover them, actually, as the first reviews. These are feature reviews courtesy of mainstream media, as well as the Rotten Tomatoes score. So I thought we'd take a look. Please do hit subscribe if you are new here, or indeed a returning viewer. There is about 50% of you that is not yet subscribed, and I can't grow the channel without your help. So it'd be really good if you would hit subscribe. But let's take a look at this report here first and foremost. So Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, first reviews hits as Rotten Tomatoes score is revealed. Now the Rotten Tomatoes score is pretty good. it is good. It's 85%. So it's a solid Rotten Tomatoes score. Now the reason why I've gone straight over to here rather than stay on the article is the article was written when the Rotten Tomatoes score was accumulated from 75 reviews. So this is solid. This is a solid score. Some people don't like it, obviously. Some people don't like it at all. Some people love it. For some reason, why can't we see top critics? That's odd. Huh. That is strange, isn't it? We can see top critics here, but they've not extrapolated... Huh, they've not differentiated. That's very strange. Okay, interesting. Well, we'll take a look at some of these in a minute, but I thought we would just take a look at the blurbs from mainstream media, I guess. Because that's interesting, right? Well, it is to me anyway. So, a Hollywood Reporter calls the movie dull and adds, quote, "If it's going to be the last we see of one of the most consistently entertaining franchises to come out of Hollywood in the past few decades, is a disappointing farewell with a handful of high points courtesy of the indefatigable lead actor." Yeah, not good. I mean, I have heard this is like 3 hours long. I mean, that's mental. A 3 hour long movie can do very well, but it has to be great, right? 3 hours can feel like 2 hours if the pacing is right. If it's not right, and you've not nailed that element of the narrative, and obviously, of course, editing plays a massive role in that, actually, more than anything else. But yeah, 3 hours can drag hard, and it's a big commitment that you're asking people. Like for me, for instance, when I go watch this is going to be a 5+ hour trip to the cinema. Journey time, plus watch time, plus trailer time. That's a long trip to the cinema, so it has to be worth it. And, you know, it has to be value for that time investment. That's a big time investment. So anyway, we've got Variety. They say, in The Final Reckoning, Tom Cruise is more than just the Top Gun of danger junkies. He has turned the spectacle of doing his own stunts into a popcorn art form. Nice. That's good. That's a resounding positive then, isn't it? Deadline says that the movie wraps up 7 films worth of storylines with a showman's flourish. What it doesn't do, though, is rule out another. What I said. Guarantee they're going to keep this going, just with someone else. And maybe Ethan Hunt will be like the head of the CIA or whatever. FBI, I don't even know what the bloody company is that behind it all. Anyway, Empire concludes, a tense, knotty opening act yields to some of Tom Cruise's most impressive stunts yet, ending the film and perhaps the series on a high. Okay, nice. Total Film says that Mission Impossible The Final Reckoning brings both the Dead Reckoning storyline and the franchise as a whole to a satisfying close. As ever, Cruise is in peak condition, front and centre, amid some loony stunt work. If only his antagonist, Gabriel, was a more worthy opponent. Yeah, he did seem a bit weak sauce, but never mind. Entertainment Weekly says that the Final Reckoning is equally baffling and awesome. And IGN says, while its action is reliably thrilling and a few of its most exciting sequences are sure to hold up through the years, Mission Impossible The Final Reckoning tries to deal with no less than the end of every living thing on the planet and suffers because of it. Interesting. IO9. The two big scenes are excellent. Everyone in the cast seems very happy to be there, but the misplaced mix of nostalgia and narrative left us feeling like the next impossible mission for this franchise should be a fresh start. Yeah, I would imagine that's probably going to be the case. So let's take a look at some of these Rotten Tomatoes reviews here, these blurbs, right? I mean, first and foremost, right at the top is a negative one. So let's take a look. Mission Impossible The Final Reckoning pits an uncannily flattened out Tom Cruise against his formidable possible foe, the ChatGPT apocalypse. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's kind of what it is. It is AI, isn't it? Flick Feast, never mind the risk of Cruise plummeting to his death from a great height for our amusement. Jaws will hit the floor at the sheer audacity of seeing it on the big screen. Yeah, I mean, part of these are the stunt spectacle, right? Like, that is part of why you go to watch these movies now. Something of a letdown, pushing the impossibility of the mission to such extremes over and over that the whole thing becomes preposterous, rendered with a solemnity unrelieved by humour and exacerbated by Max Arouge and Alfie Godfrey's score. I mean, the thing about these movies is that they don't need humour, right? I'm so sick of the marvelisation and infantilizing of like movies nowadays, like adult movies. It doesn't have to have beat for beat like a moment of humour here and there of levity. You don't need it. You can have a movie which is just serious, dealing with serious themes. It is okay. And in fact, I would prefer that, like, a movie to own that and just deal with it. Looper says, at times during the exposition-heavy first half, it can feel like Cruise and McQuarrie are applying the most misguided lessons from late-period Marvel, asking audiences to remember minor details from decades prior for the sake of an unsatisfying payoff. Ooh, brutal. There's some more here, but like I said, it is overwhelmingly positive. 85% is not. That's not light work. That's big. This is a big film. It'll be interesting to see what happens with the audience score. People, even though it wasn't massively viewed, Dead Reckoning didn't get great box office numbers. It was okay box office numbers. For the investment, it should have been much higher. However, most people that did watch it loved it. So it'll be fascinating to see whether this follows that. Because again, 3 hours is a very big ask for an audience. And you have to be able to pay off that in a satisfying way. Otherwise, it's effectively it's a cheeky thing to ask, isn't it? Come watch this movie for 3 hours. It's shit though. Like, yeah, okay. So we'll see. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. Are you keen on this or not? Are you going to watch it? Thoughts down below.